See a bard in the corner. Hi everyone, it's Bardic Whispers here, and today I'm going to do a classic. I'm going to create a Barbarian dwarf. So why I consider this being a classic is, dwarf has a high constitution, very strong, basically trying to create that tankish brute as much as possible, which I will use this one today. So, Barbarian, he says. So I'm just going to go through. Excellent. Just stick that under there. I hope everyone's doing well. I have some good news. I am no longer sick. I went on a round of antibiotics, and I am no longer sick. I had a mild sinus infection, but in doing that, I had quite a bad skin reaction and ended up being in hospital just for some tests. Everything else came back fine, so lovely, says your mother. I don't have my drying thing, so we're just gonna have to do it live. So let's go to dwarf first. Page 18. Dwarves are, some of the more classic things. Sorry, the more classic creatures within D&D. My brain went completely frozen there. Long memory and long grudges. They can live for more than 400 years. Clans and kingdoms. Gods, gold, and clan. So, Lord of the Rings. Ring style. So, you've got your Gimli, etc., etc. Slow to trust. Let's go with these names. Adric, Almeric, Braun, Thorin, Vondel, Oskar. I think we might go with Oskar. Oskar. Oskar Pius. Okay, we have dwarf traits. We have the Duergar, we have the mountain dwarf, we have the hill dwarf. 12 proficiency combats. Hello, puppy. Hello, little puppy. Mountain dwarf. A mountain dwarf, you're strong, hardy, accustomed to difficult life and rugged terrain. You're probably the tall side for a dwarf, tend towards a lighter coloration. The shield dwarves of the northern Furin, as well as the ruling Hyla clan of the noble clan of Dragonlance, are mountain dwarves. So let's make them of the Hyla clan and see how that goes. So we'll go from there. Let's make them a Duergar. Cities deep in the Underdark, they live in the Duergar are grey dwarves. After centuries of captivity and torment by mind flayers, they have inanimate magical abilities to become invisible and temporarily grow to giant size. So, invisible and enhance sight. So, like, I think that's pretty cool. So I actually just got a Duergar painting kit, and I've just went through that on the weekend, and that was really good fun. Yeah, so I have the two minis, so I have the dwarf, and then I have the Duergar, so I think it'd be good to just have those. If I was ever to play this character, then I could actually have both minis, which would be super cool. Okie dokie, Barbarian. Primal instance, a life of danger. Creating a Barbarian. When creating a Barbarian character, think about where your character comes from, his or place in the world, and everything. So, deep from the Underdark. Vengeful for mind flayers. And his tortured heritage. Hit points 1d12 plus your level, so we're going to do one level, so ooh, level 1, not good. HP is 4. Strength, Constitution, so there's going to be lots of buffs for like strong Constitution and everything like that. Strength and Constitution. You've got your Rage, Unarmed Defense, Reckless Attack, Danger, Primal Path. Okay. Primal Path, ability to got extra attack at 5th level, fast movement, feral instinct, brutal critical. Beginning at level 9, your additional damage die when you determine the extra damage or critical. Relentless Rage, Persistent, Indomitable Might, Primal Champion. Very good. Primal Paths. Path of the Berserker, Path of the Totem Warrior. So, for some barbarians, range means this means to end, begins or farts. Path of Berserker is based on the Untamed Fury. Frenzy. At the 3rd level, you can use your Rage. If you do so, the duration of your Rage can make a single melee attack as a bonus action on each of your turns. After this, the Rage ends. You suffer from 1 level of exhaustion. Minus Rage, beginning at 6, you can not be charmed. Intimidate Presence, beginning at 10th level. You can use your action to frighten someone of a menacing presence. 30 feet of you, and then make a wisdom saving throw. Retaliation, starting at 14th level, when you make damage, you can create it within 5 feet of you. You can use your action to make another melee attack against the creature. Yes, I think I'm just going to do Path of the Berserker. Angry. Now, let us go to backstory. Backstory. Here we go. There's the Acolyte, There's the criminal, there's the charlatan. Charlatan is always way for people. No. Entertainer. Guild artisan. Noble or hermit. Sage and outlander. I think we might go with a hermit for this one. Seclusion. So life of seclusion 1d8 7. I was the caretaker of an ancient ruin or relic. Caretaker for an ancient relic. Excellent. 1d8 for personality trait, 4. High levels. Well, so you've got your caretaker of ancient ruin has corrupted their ideal to be evil. Nothing is more important than the other members of my hermitage, order or association. Clanship. I'll go through this. I think this is quite a dark and angry character, so I think that's going to be pretty cool to sort of pull that up as Oskar the Pious. 159. I always forget. 159. Here we go. Let's go with 2 trinkets. We need the D100. 70. Did that previously, so let's go with the new ones. 56. Okay. 82. Oh my god. Half a floor plan of a temple or castle. So let us just move this tool here. A little bit easier for me to work with. Cool. Now, Okie dokie. So Oskar is a berserker barbarian. Oskar is a hermit who has technically gone insane, filled with rage and anger for his heritage and what happened to him. He's obsessed with gaining more powerful relics and items and becoming more powerful himself to make sure that he protects anyone else that's suffering so no one else has the same fate as him. He is Duergar, so he is dark purple, glazing white eyes, big beard, bald. A lot of his he's strong, stout, very dense, difficult to move in mentality and in body. Tasked in protecting and watching over a ancient relic. He has the key to the ruins, which is an old brass key, as well as semi-pieces of the mapping for this religious castle. From this aspect, he has learned more about the magical items that he may be able to acquire, but this has really corrupted his research and his brain. In his solitude, he developed imaginary friends, which are his hermitage. So he would be making sure to protect these imaginary people, and he holds them with the utmost respect. So you've got that. He has the keys, stout, I'm thinking Warhammer or something like that, and just full of rage and attack and anger. And yeah, so really wants to support his clan, but it does not exist. I think it's really cool because he can just turn invisible in certain instances. Oskar could also enlarge himself as a Duergar trait, so very formidable, all of a sudden big, invisible and big and huge, and all of these different things, a lot of the dynamic, and it's just sort of like going to go just boom and attack. So yeah, and here's a little picture I drew of him. Kind of classic dwarf aspects, but just purple and blue skin, grey skin, white eyes, and everything. So yeah, interesting little build. Basically just big, strong, powerful, and insane. It's exactly what you want from a barbarian berserker. So excellent. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy your long rest.